Welcome to Arirang TV's special coverage of the expanded session of the South Korea-Japan Summit. Coming to you live from Seoul, I'm Kim Mo-gyan. Now, the expanded session is about to begin in just around a few minutes. We're seeing some coverage of President Lee Jae-myung and his Japanese counterpart, Sanae Takaichi, shaking their hands together. Now, to give you a brief recap of what the summit will be about, the summit is taking place in Nara, the Prime Minister's political home base, and the location itself is already being seen as a highly symbolic choice, underscoring the personal tone the leaders have tried to maintain in their diplomacy so far. So we're going to have a listen to the voices of the two leaders right now. Let's turn it over to the scene.
では、本年のシャトル外交の最初の機会に、大統領および韓国代表団の、皆様を私のふるさとここ奈良にお迎えすることができて、皆様を歓迎、したいと思います。
네, 올해 셔틀 외교의 첫 기회에
As the first
대통령님과
shuttle
한국
diplomacy of
대표단 여러분을
2026,
제 고향인 이곳
I would like
나라에
to
모실 수 있게
welcome
되었습니다.
President Lee
여러분을
Jae-myung
환영합니다.
and his delegation to my hometown Nara
日
Prefecture.
韓関係の戦略的重要性について共通認識のもと、しっかりとお話をすることができました。
조금 전에
And
대통령님과
just
일한
moments ago,
관계의
together with
전략적
President
중요성에 대해
Lee, we
공통된 인식하에 심도 있는
had
논의를 가질
shared
수
our
있었습니다.
recognition about the significance of the bilateral relations.
進めながら両国が地域の安定に連携して、役割を果たしていくべきという考えを新たにしました。
그리고 대통령님과 함께
Together with
일한
President
관계를
Lee,
전진시키면서
as we
양국이
advance the
지역의
bilateral
안정을
relations,
위해
the two
공조할
countries
역할을 다해나가야
will
한다는 생각을
do our
다시금
utmost
가졌습니다.
for the stabilization of the
これ
region.
からの60年という話がありましたが、双方が国交正常化60周年だった昨年、日韓関係の強靭さを示し続けられたということをとても嬉しく思っております。
대통령께서는
President Lee
앞으로의
also
60주년,
said
60년이라는 말씀을 하셨는데요.
mentioned the forward-looking 60 years. Last year marked the 60th anniversary of the bilateral ties, and
대단히 기쁘게 생각합니다.
I am very delighted that we were able to show the force and the strength of our bilateral
日
relations.
韓関係をさらなる高みに、発展させる年としていきたいと、願っております。本日の議論を楽しみにいたします。
올해도 이번
And
대통령님의 방위를
this
시작으로
year also,
일한 관계를
with President Lee's
한층 높은
visit,
차원으로
we believe
발전시키는
that
한 해로
our
만들고
bilateral
싶습니다.
relations
오늘의
could
논의를 기대하고
advance
있습니다.
forward another step up.
존경하는
Honorable
타카이치 총리님,
Prime Minister
총리님의
Takaichi,
고향에서 이렇게 뵙게
at your
돼서
hometown, I am very
특별한 의미가
delighted,
있는
and I
정상회담
feel that it is very special to meet you
尊
here.
敬する高市総理のふるさとであるこの奈良でお会いすることができるのは特別な意味合いを持っていると思います。本当に嬉しく思います。
나라현 또는
The
나라라고
Nara
하는 이
Prefecture,
지역이
or as we call it Nara,
고대
this region,
한국, 이 한반도와
in
일본의
the ancient
문화교류의
times,
중심이었던
it
것
was
같습니다.
the center of the cultural exchanges with Korea and the Korean Peninsula.
交流の中心地だったと思います。
한국과 일본의 교류와 협력이
Korea
어느 때보다
and
중요한
Japan's
때이기 때문에
exchange and cooperation
나라에서
is
이렇게 우리 총리님과
important,
제가 이렇게 회담을 갖게
and
되는
it
것은
is
정말 각별한 의미가 있습니다.
and it is very special that we are able to meet here at Nara to discuss our further
高まっ
cooperation.
ているこのタイミングの中で、ここ奈良で総理と私が会談を開くことになるのは大変格別な意味を持っていると思います。
우리가 한때 아픈 과거의 경험을 갖고 있긴 하지만
We do have a
국도
sorrowful
정상화가 된 지도
history, but the normalization of the bilateral ties had reached its 60th year, and now we are looking forward to another new 60 years ahead. Therefore, as Prime Minister put it, it has a very significant meaning that we're meeting here today.
韓国と日本の国交正常化も60年が過ぎ、還暦がもう過ぎました。これからは新しい60年を開いていくために、総理おっしゃいました通り、本日会談を開催することになりましたけれども、それにもやはり格別な意味があるのではないかと思います。
전후 한국과 일본은
So,
할 만한 성장과
before
발전을
and after the war, Korea and Japan, we have achieved a very remarkable achievements, and in that progress, we all should admit, and it is true that both of us had been a great source of force and support.
発展を行う中で、韓国は日本に対して、日本は韓国に対して大きな力になったという事実は否定することができません。
앞으로도 이
And as we
복잡하고
go
어지러운
forward,
국제 질서 속에서
amidst
우리가
this
새로운 더
very
나은 상황을
complex international
나아가야
order,
하기 때문에
we should go
한일 간의
forward
협력
to a
관계는
new
그 어떤
era,
것보다도
and
중요하다고
therefore the bilateral relations is important, that is the most important
そして目まぐるしく変わっているこの国際秩序の中で、より良い状況に向かって進展を行っていかなければなりませんので、両国が協力をすることはいつもよりも重要であり、また何よりも重要であります。
상황은 복잡하고
The situation is
어렵고 불편한 부분도
complex,
있지만
and there are
편하고
elements
좋은
that are
측면들도 혼재하기 마련입니다.
difficult,
그런
but
상황에서는
it
좋은
also
점들을 더
has some silver
발굴해서
linings, and we have good opportunities that we can look for.
잘 관리해서
So
최소화시키면서
we should go forward together to a better future and try to minimize the difficulties
状況が複雑なことによって難しいことややや不都合なこともあるかもしれませんけれども、その一方でまた楽に何かを進めることができたり、いいことも混在していると思いますので、私たち両国はこれからはいいことを発掘してそれを育んでいかなければならないと思います。また一方で難しかったり不都合なこと、こういうマイナスなことはうまく管理をして、そういうところを最小限にとどめていくことが大事だと思います。そういうふうにして未来に向かって手をしっかり携えて前に進むことができれば、その明るい未来を作ることができると思います。
총리님과 제가 손을
Together
맞잡고
with Prime Minister,
일본
we
국민들과 한국 국민들이 힘을
take our
합쳐서
hands, and the both peoples of the both countries, when we muster our strengths, I believe that we can walk forward to the new future of the two countries.
そして日本の国民の皆様と韓国の国民の皆様がしっかり力を合わせることができれば、大韓民国と日本は新たな未来に向けて共に歩んでいくことができると思います。
이렇게 환대해 주신 점에
Thank you
대해서
very much for
우리
your
국민과 함께
hospitality,
다시 한번
and on behalf of the Korean people, I'd like to thank you once
我々を温かく迎えてくださいま
again.
したことに改めて韓国の国民を代表いたしまして感謝申し上げたいと思います。
감사합니다.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
감사합니다.
And that wraps up our live coverage of the South Korea-Japan expanded summit. The two leaders shared understanding of the importance of bilateral exchanges and cooperation moving forward as they look forward to another 60 years of bilateral relations. The detailed statements are expected to be released later in the evening, and Arirang TV will bring you real-time updates, expert analysis, and full coverage of the joint press briefing and key outcomes from Nara, all coming up in our later newscasts. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching.